Hi everyone, it's Amanda here from the farm and welcome to another episode of In the Farmer's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a really quick tip on how to freeze vegetables for the winter time, and today we're going to be freezing cauliflower. We have a couple heads here of cauliflower that we've prepped already, and that simply means we've cut it into florets, we've washed it, we've soaked it in salt water, and I've drained it, and now we're ready to blanch it. I'm going to do about half of this. And we're going to put this into a pot of boiling water. So we're going to do 2 batches here. Okay. Let's see if we can do this without splashing everywhere. Alright. Now to this water, for cauliflower, you want to add about a teaspoon of salt for every quart of water that you use. And we're going to let this boil for 3 minutes. This is a technique that's called blanching. We'll go over that in a little bit. But when we're freezing vegetables for storage, it's really a great idea that you want to have everything ready and laid out so we can make this a really quick process. So my water has been boiling. The blanching process requires a really quick cook in the boiling water, again for cauliflower, about 3 minutes. And then we're going to give it an ice bath. So I have my bowl here of ice water that we're going to put the cauliflower into when it comes out. And then for cauliflower, I like to do a technique that's called tray freezing. And what this is after it's out of the ice water and cooled down for about 4 or 5 minutes, I'm going to lay everything out just on a regular cookie sheet. Teflon is great, so that they don't touch each other. And I'm going to put this into the freezer for a good hour to 2 hours before I then put them into a Ziploc bag. And the purpose of the tray freezing is just to make sure that when I put it in the bag, it's not going to turn into one big cauliflower ball of ice. Alright, I have my bag labeled here as well, what's in it, as well as the date. Freezing vegetables will keep for about 9 months or so, so you want to make sure that you use it within that period of time. And the blanching process, what this does, and we don't cook it all the way because then freezing it is going to make it turn into mush. But the blanching process is going to slow down the enzymes that are in those vegetables, which can cause things to change in the vegetables, whether it's color, taste, texture, or nutrient value. So we're going to keep all of that stuff into the vegetable. We're not going to freeze it raw because doesn't work for a lot of vegetables as well. So blanching it is the process that we use for that. There's a lot of great vegetables that you can freeze during the summertime right out of your garden. Again, the cauliflower, you can do broccoli, beans, peas, corn, peppers all freeze very well. Some stuff doesn't freeze well, like salad greens, spinach, so you kind of want to stay away from that. And different vegetables do require different blanching times as well. So just keep that in mind. Everything's just a little bit different, but there's really not too much that you guys can mess up when we're blanching. So it's been about 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scoop the cauliflower out of the boiling water, and we're going to put it into its ice bath. Alright, so this is going to stop the cooking process really quickly. It's going to make it not turn into that mush that we don't want when we recook these. And that brings us to another good tip when we're taking these back out of the freezer. You don't want to defrost more than you can use. And do keep in mind that when you're taking them out of the freezer that they're already halfway cooked. So when we go to cook them again, you don't need to cook them as long as you normally would. Alright, so I'm going to save the rest of my water because I still have the rest of the cauliflower to do. So I'm going to do that after. But all this cauliflower is in its nice little ice bath now. Just shut that off quick. And we're just going to leave this in here until it gets nice and cold. Cool to the touch at least. And again, we're going to tray freeze it. So we're going to lay it out in the tray, and we're going to put it in the freezer for an hour or 2 before we Ziploc bag it. Okay? I hope you guys can enjoy your summer bounty during the winter. It's a great way to have fresh vegetables and to do something with those extra vegetables that we have during the summertime. Until next time, I'm Amanda. I'm from the farm. Thanks for watching In the Farmer's Kitchen.